Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, everyone, and welcome live from Tallinn, Estonia, for our third and last episode, maybe not last, maybe we'll continue next year, in our AI series, again with Vladimir Parfenov, who is here live with me from Tallinn, as I said. I'm very excited about it. Welcome, thank you for doing this.
Thanks for having me.
I'm very excited to do this live with you today. It's a whole different experience. If something goes wrong, we're very sorry, we will be back. Vladimir, we talked last time about training models, how we use them in software companies, and AI slop and hallucinations. That was a very Dutch way of saying that. We kind of want to continue on that because you use it like in software development. So we kind of want to talk a little bit about how we use it here in Malwarebytes in the engineering team and engineering and development team. So I don't use it because I'm not an engineer. How do you use AI in software development?
Well, if we have a couple of hours, then
yeah we do.
I will start then. Basically in software engineering, there are so many ways to use this. Like I would say it straight, but at the same time, what we try to do with AI, we try to eliminate those wasting of time on routine things. So when you're a developer and writing the code, it's not always enjoyable. I mean, I enjoy writing the code, but sometimes it's the code that I have written so many times.
Yeah,
it's the same, and it's not the creative part. It's more routine. It's something that I have to do. But my brain, my wish, I just want to build something that I want, not because I have to build this. So AI helps engineers to just eliminate this part of routine. Just if it's some tests, some automation, some boring parts, ask AI to write it. And focus on something that makes the product, makes something new for users. So
you would say you would use it definitely on a daily basis?
I definitely do.
Use it on a definitely.
For sure.
And you say so it kind of removes that, kind of the boring part of your job, and do you feel like you've become more productive? Or is it just a different way of working when you use it?
Yeah, it depends always on how you use it actually, because I mean, if you know what parts of routine and you delegate AI to do this routine, it's fine. Of course, it will improve your productivity, especially if you are able to easily review this results. Because I mean, trust AI to do all this stuff based when we have these hallucinations and all this slop. Something could go wrong. So you still have to verify everything. We don't have that level of AI models right now to just fire and forget. Here's your task, do it, and I don't know, in 1 hour it's already production. You just forget about this, and users already see this feature. It's not a situation right now because we still have to review this. But there is a kind of trap, because when you see the power of AI, how it generates all these routine parts, you're thinking about, okay, maybe I can delegate real tasks to this, like something even creative, maybe.
Yeah.
And here's the trap, because the amount of the code that it produces, it's bigger, and you have to review bigger. But when you're reviewing this, it's much easier to make mistake than in cases when you develop this.
Yeah.
Because as your reviewer, it's like reviewing the code is part of our process, because for example, one developer writes something, another developer could review this just to have a fresh look, to understand maybe this human factor and this person missed something. It happens, we all make mistakes. And with AI, you starting to trust it more and more, and it produces more and more great things, and at the same time, you just could, be lazy and don't review it carefully. And at the same time, it just goes to production, and Cloudflare is down. No, I don't say that it was the case, but the point is that it could happen with everybody, because again, it's at the end, it's humans. And human factor could be when you develop something. Human factor could be when you reviewing something. And
And it's kind of like, with any kind of routine or any kind of, quote unquote automatic pilot, right? You just assume that it's working, so just leave it. And you've been working with AI for a while now. How did you change your routine? Because you say you have to be a little bit more, you think you don't have to check it as much, but you kind of do. Like, did it take a lot of time to change that routine, or?
Like my vision on how to use AI has changed a few times. It's true.
Yeah.
And the thing is that I wasn't that trap. I fell into this.
I think we all were.
At like a year ago, I think, not a year, less. But the thing is, I tried. It was experiment for me. I just controllable experiment. It was experiment that I tried to do everything with AI. It's like I wanted to like unleash and uncover all this power and of course all these weak spots. I tried to delegate everything to some specific projects. Of course, at the end I reviewed them. Some of these projects were kind of pet projects. It doesn't affect users, but still. And I found it's overcomplicating things because AI is trained by the internet, from the internet, right? The internet data. And there are so many good and bad articles about how to build proper systems. It's like, we all know that there are books how to build a business, how to create your own startup and get the money. But in reality, not everything like in books. But AI tries to write the code like in books and all these articles. And of course, with reality, sometimes it doesn't work that way. And I found myself that I spent more time on reviewing and cleaning up all this code before making this like workable or ready for users. So I delegated everything. It worked, I don't know, a day with these tasks. Then I have to spend one more day to review this. But maybe I just had to spend half of a day just to write myself simple thing, like not all the system, but the simple way. Just make it work. But it would be kind of more efficient in that case. Then I understood that, okay, delegate everything to AI, it's not a way to work. And I started to cut in things, like this something that requires my creativity. That part requires some things like focusing on a customer. When I want to deliver some particular thing to customer, this feature, I don't want to make it overcomplicated. I just want to make it work, right? AI will overcomplicate this. I will not. So I developed this part, I developed that part, and okay, I need to provide some tests, automation for this, something that has clear requirements from our side. If I have clear requirements what should be done, then AI just finish this work.
I find it very interesting the customer part, because you kind of AI doesn't really see our customers and what they would need and what they would like and how they actually use the product, right? So that's what you have to, and that's where the human part really comes into.
That's the context. You remember the context window. They don't have this context at all. I have just because I listen to my customers. I review them, and I clearly understand the intention why we do this particular feature of the product, right? But AI, it knows only what I delivered. Like I asked, here's a ticket, with task. And of course, the ticket description, it doesn't contain the purpose of the application. It doesn't contain our recent reviews or how people use usually in daily routine our app. So all of this basically is the people's knowledge in the company, right? Our teams know about this. It's not needed to be documented. We don't need this. We just understand our product. We feel it. So AI lacks of this. This is why without this intention, it's just...
we were talking beforehand about the passion, right? Passion. AI lacks that passion. AI does not understand or wants to understand what our customers think, feel, and how they're using it. And I find it very interesting. Can I have a quick question? What was the moment, we didn't discuss this, so what was the moment you decided to start using AI? Was it like a clear epiphany that you had?
I don't actually remember, but I remember that it was later than everybody else started using. Not in our company maybe, but it was like my YouTube recommendations started like blowing with all of these videos about, oh, there is a new version of model that does insane things. It just wrote the entire project from scratch by itself, and like I just reviewed this, like that took 5 minutes. And I just, as I said in our first session, I just fell into this hype train with all this AI, and I started like actually asking these questions in the internet, and I started watching these videos.
Yeah.
And I understood that, okay, there are some good things that we can use in our company, in our processes. And this passion that I have but AI doesn't have, I started to like feel it. And I went to my team and I'm like, guys, we have this. We can do this. We can try this. And to our company bosses, I just went as well and asked them, okay, guys, can we get these subscriptions to try this? You know, like tokens to just try to build something. And as I said, I fell to hype train. And for the company, it's hard to follow this hype that I, you know, for the company, when you have, I don't know, you have OpenAI, you have Anthropic, you have Google, all of them provide different solutions, and every month they come with something new.
Yeah.
And they compete all the time. And for me as an AI user, I can cancel one subscription and purchase another one and try it, you know, or have two of them. But for the company, you know, you have to stick with one for some period at least, or buy all of them, which will be kind of expensive for many employees.
Yeah.
And I understood that, okay, I cannot push this hype, this passion to the entire company. I have to think about what can I do with AI that will basically could be done with any AI provider.
Yeah.
You know. And at that time, I started working on that kind of processes and presentations to my team in the way that less hype-ish, you know, but more like, okay,
sustainable.
If hype over, like what we will do, like what we will end with. Right? At that point, I stood, okay, actually, 1 year ago, models could do this as well.
Yeah.
Why do I start, or why do I follow all this latest one? And everything kind of turned to some stable.
Good.
Yeah, and this is how like my experience was with all these AI changes and releases.
But it is exciting because, you know, you were talking a bit about like, you know, automating the boring stuff, and it leaves time and just mindset for creativity. How do you feel that in your current software development right now? How are you? Do you have any examples of how a certain project that you got there and that got you or your team there? Because
yes, I do. And one of the like most wonderful time when we have a freedom, not freedom, but we are open to use AI as much as we can. It's our company hackathons.
Oh yeah.
So at that time, it's when every engineer in the company is free to come with idea and just make it done. Just do whatever you want. It's your idea, and deliver to us something that could benefit the company or could be really great for users, something fun as well. And this time, it's much easier to use AI, just because you don't have. Sometimes you just don't have the huge code base that you have to deal with. There's some rules there that AI could just miss. You have completely new task, and this task is from your passion. Of course, it's your idea, and you can give AI freedom to create new things as well. So because it's completely new thing, AI could also be creative at this point. Here we can unleash all this creativity, because in already complete project, when you need to polish this or develop around this, creativity is kind of, it's pushed back. You know,
Yeah.
it's not the same level. But here are new things, new projects, and actually with AI we have a couple of really great projects made with AI for users to work with AI. For example, our Scam Guard, our AI feature, a chat that basically checks screenshots, content on scam phone numbers as well. And it was the hackathon project was just an idea from our great engineers who just were passionate about AI and technologies, and it was delivered with AI, with using AI, and for users to use AI.
And it's great because those hackathons is you just sit down and you have a project. And I think what you were saying, and I think what I heard one of your colleagues saying as well, because there's no real customers involved at that moment, so you can kind of be as free as you want and just try things out before and then certain things go live later, but you can just be as free as possible. And I think that's such a cool thing to do. And we were talking a little bit about how engineers are working with it. You see a lot of job applications right now that are requiring AI knowledge or AI experience. How does it work, hiring an engineer in your team or in one of the other engineering teams? Do you ask for AI experience, or do you think that is something that they could acquire later? How does it work right now?
It's not that required skill, you know. At the same time, we're still hiring engineers, we're still hiring professionals. We need them to be capable of doing things right and at high level. But I would rather hire the person, professional who knows how to use AI to boost productivity. Than the person who kind of hates this AI stuff, or thinks that it's a bubble that will be gone sometime. So I respect when I hire, I respect in people that motivation, this passion. Again, when it comes to passion,
absolutely.
If you're passionate about this, you will be able to recognize opportunities in different technologies just to improve your productivity on or just performance or user experience, whatever. But your mindset is based on how to make your life easier and users' life easier as well when you build products. So if such person can recognize AI as a productivity or whatever booster, it's definitely the good point in CV.
Yeah, I guess so. And like what I was going to ask something. Now I can't remember. We were going back. I was going back to the kind of hackathon. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I'll come back to that. What I did want to, because you're using AI more and more. Was it difficult to convince your colleague? That's what I want to ask. Convince your colleagues about the positives of using AI in coding, or was there a bit of hesitation?
It was kind of mixed, and it's expected because when you bring something, I felt to hype train. Something which is on a hype, usually it ends with hype and that's it. It was mixed, but what really helped is it was real examples, real use cases. So it was positively kind of applied in the company, and we're still learning how to use this. And it's based on how much time you invest in understanding how AI works. But right now, basically, probably every engineer somehow uses AI at some level. The levels are different, but we already replaced code completions. For example, when you type the word in the code and it's a known word in code base, it will show you the selector. What do you mean? This or that or that? But it's not AI based. It was for a long time in our software, but that we used to build our software. So it was there, but now it's kind of already replaced with AI, because when you type something, AI just sees this and predicts what will be next chunk of code there. And it's not only one word that you try to type, it's the entire section of code, because it understands what was before. It's like just reads this and you're starting typing new line of code, and it understands, okay, it seems like you are going to build this block of code. Not one line, not one word, but something like bigger. And you see this. How did you know? Okay, press.
Can you read my mind?
Yeah, it's there. And this is something probably everybody uses now in our company.
Yeah. And well, we are a cybersecurity company, and more employees are using it, be that in engineering and marketing, in support, of course. We have a chatbot, for instance, as well. Like, what would be the security and privacy issues that you can see, and how do we tackle those in our company or in general with software companies?
It's really a difficult topic, because if we go with kind of rules at the baseline, companies usually cannot share their code, their knowledge to other companies or just outside of companies. It's just company private sensitive information. But at the same time, if we start using AI, we basically send the pieces of code or entire projects to AI, and this AI is hosted in other companies. If we use, for example, OpenAI, ChatGPT, right? It means that it analyzes our code on their services.
Yeah.
So it comes to the policies when we make contracts, for example. Company Malwarebytes can make a contract with OpenAI, with Anthropic, or whatever, and in this contract, this policy will be kind of noted that we don't train our models on your data.
Yeah.
It's kind of ephemeral. When they get our data, process this to provide results, but don't collect this, don't store this. We just for our purposes, right? It's written in the contract, it's written in the policy, but at the same time, it comes to trust.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I mean, it's not the bad thing, but for companies like banking, for government, it will be critical point, because if you build in software for end users, yes, you still have sensitive data.
Yeah.
Not users' data, I mean the code base and all this IP. It's still your company, but I mean, if someone else, AI, will analyze this and even train data, sometimes it's fine. But if it's government, it's already critical. And here are solutions to host your own AI services on your own servers. And yes, of course, it's totally private. So it always ends with how much you want to protect your data.
Yeah. Yeah.
For employees, for example, if your company doesn't make a contract with OpenAI or Anthropic or whoever, and you still want to use AI, this will be it's better not to. I mean, it's your personal account, and many providers like OpenAI, they have a toggle that allows to train based on your request, based on your code or whatever you provide to AI. They could train their models on this data, which is fine. I mean, they provide free experience as well. Yeah. Right. So they have to somehow monetize this at some point. But you cannot start using your personal accounts on companies' data. It will be too risky. Yeah,
I get that. It's like, like normal users putting in their complete personal data, and it's a good one. It's very interesting. I mean, like you said, we're still bound to these companies right now, right? So there's always a certain risk, but policies and trust is a big one. We're coming to the end a little bit, but what I kind of want to talk about a little bit is your predictions on AI. We're always talking about, the robots are taking over our jobs. Is that something that we have to be really scared about? Or what do you think AI in the future will be helping us, or will it just go and take all of our jobs? And
I'm mostly positive on this, kind of optimistic,
Yeah.
say, because I saw in the history, especially with technology, we had this kind of revolutions
Yeah.
in the history already. And the good example that I usually like use to calm myself, it's when we had on-premise servers, when every company has their own machines with servers in the room, and they have to deal with all this hardware there. Now it's in cloud, right?
Yeah.
It's in AWS or in Google Cloud, and basically it's also a revolution, because what will these engineers who, like IT administrators, system administrators, what are they going to do if all these machines are gone from the office, right? Then it made this revolution, let's name it like this, it made so many new job directions, DevOps, site reliability engineers. Basically, it's completely new direction that you have to learn to handle all this service or this infrastructure on the cloud side. It's just transformation. With AI, I see this the same way. We have so many engineers, and they are so smart, they're so creative, and they waste their time to do so much routine. Because, writing the code nowadays with current technology, current languages and frameworks, it's so easy to write the code. It's much harder to come with good solution for user, the good experience for user. And we spend time on meetings and discussions how to make this done. So imagine that if we delegate the writing code, for example, to AI completely, you still have to manage the results. You still have to orchestrate this AI agents in some way to provide the good results. And you can save this time for yourself just to be creative and come with new solutions. I think it's another way for transformation and less than replacing.
Yeah, and that's an interesting one, because what you're saying, because it is indeed, we've had these types of revolutions. I always have to think about that one cartoon from the beginning of the 20th century. I'm not that old, I wasn't there when it was released. Electricity, we're all going to die, we're all going to be crazy, we're all going to, same with the internet, people going oh, it won't take off, this is never going to happen, and we've adjusted to it. It goes back to the steam engines, if we have steam engines, what will the farmer do? So I do like your optimism, and I do like hearing your stories, because I think for a lot of people, AI can, because we don't really understand it as well, can be such a little bit of a scary. It all started with Terminator, man. That's where it all went wrong. But it can be such a kind of a scary thing, because what we don't know, we can be a little bit scared about and scared of. I don't know why I said about, but this is why I think these 3 sessions that we've had, I think have been very valuable, because you're so great at really making this AI thing. We understand it a little bit better, because we're learning from somebody who uses it in their daily life, and you really have informed us how you're using it and how it can be used for good. And I think that's something, I think we've all become a little bit more knowledgeable about AI, and I think the more we know, the less scary it becomes. So I think I really want to thank you for these 3 sessions. I think as AI is evolving, I think in the near future we'll have another chat about, where we're going.
We are talking already 30 minutes. 30 minutes ago probably this, my own knowledge now is outdated, so.
Tune in next week. But it's true, it goes so fast. So I think we just need to I think with anything, we just need to keep having these conversations, not just you and me, but I think in general, we need to have these conversations so people understand a little bit better about what is AI, how do I use it, how can it be used for good, and there's so many other things we want to talk about. There's a lot of things in the medical field that I want to talk about, but that's for the next one. Thank you so much, Vladimir, for these 3 sessions. I really enjoyed them. I hope I learned a lot. I hope our customers learned a lot. And we got to know you a little bit better, which is, of course, another plus. Behind the scenes, we have Darta, who has been helping us a lot. She doesn't want to be on camera. She's helped us a lot with like the technical side of these sessions. And thank you so much, Darta. This is the last one for now in the AI sessions. On the 19th of December, we're going to have a little bit of an end of year bonanza, as I like to call it. I like using that word, where we just chat about everything that happened in 2025. The fun things, the weird things, the great things that Malwarebytes and, for instance, Vladimir's engineering team developed. And tune in then as well. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for being here in these 3 sessions. If you have any suggestions or questions or shout outs, let us know and we can build on that in the next sessions. Thank you so much. Live from Tallinn, it's Vladimir and Tjitske. Thank you. Bye-bye.